head?
Nothing. Her brain was fried by the virus.
She seems...
Yeah.
It seems like she's waiting for something.
The target exhibits a classic low-effect personality. Psychopathic disregard for others, narcissistic worldview punctuated by self-obsessive disorders.
Okay. Now how about somebody repeat that in English?
You've seen our order to isolate the subject on site, sir. From General Randall himself.
She's more than some test subject. You have no idea what she represents. Don't try and run this like some exercise. We need to move her out of the city, now.
Codename Mother exhibits odd characteristics not consistent with DX1118 infection. Whether this represents a natural immunity or something more remains to be seen.
So, what does this mean to our research?
We all agree she represents the best chance we have to crack the virus's defenses.
She wasn't infected naturally. She was a damn test subject. We don't know that. This whole thing stinks. We're being set up. The results we've achieved, where do they go? They just vanish? What are you going to do? Whatever I have to.
Give me a report on the physical state of Codename Mother.
The subject has been incarcerated for 39 years without ill effect. Through this period, it has exhibited no degenerative effects. No joint decay, swelling, discomfort, or atrophy. Nothing. It is quite literally unaging. We have no idea how this is possible. Look, the last runner took 3 weeks to track down. It hit a podunk bird called Two Bluff, Arizona. No one noticed when the town dried up and blew away. They're clever. The worker bees, the walkers, they just do as they're told. The runners are different. They think.
What about this one?
Her? She's a runner, with nowhere to run.
Subject, Greene, Elizabeth M., codename Mother. Recovered at Hope, Idaho, 7769. Operation altruistic. Transferred to Fort Detrick on 8169 for containment. Held at Detrick, Ward F for 9 years, 2 months. 10-1-78. Transferred to containment at Governor's Island Medical Station, New York. Moved to Gentech Midtown Facility 1189 for study in Project Blackwatch.
I don't know. We don't have all the data. Greene seems to be the focus. The others, nothing more than puppets.
Sir, there's no scientific backing to support that.
Look, the centralized control is directed by the focus. It spreads, it thinks, it plans. 40 years of science says it can't be so, but tell me that isn't happening. A strike against the central carrier can decapitate the infection. I feel that in my gut. I don't need science to know that. Blackwatch is lying. Something besides Elizabeth Greene came out of Hope.
Do you recall her pelvic x-rays?
No.
Her hip bones indicated a pregnancy.
There's no record of pregnancy on her charts. Who would have the power to conceal that?
What the hell else did they pull out of that place?
I mean, she's bad enough. But what else is there?
No one talks about that. If you don't want to end up in a lime pit, I'd shut up. Right now.
The process is this. We remove a small amount of blood from the subject. Her blood is always teeming with variants of the virus. These samples are the key to our research. They could cure every ailment known to man.
or incite them?
I believe Greene is some sort of trigger. Imagine life on Earth as a single organism. The disease she releases could be something like a hormone in the body, causing change, shifting the organism.
In this case, shifting life on Earth?
Yes, changing it.
Into what?
Indeed. Into what?
While Mother represents what we think is a simple carrier, something we've seen time and again, Pariah is unique.
Why is that exactly?
There are several intriguing anomalies. For one, the subject is male. Secondly, it exhibits no evidence of carrying any virus. However, we're not at all certain what it is.
Codename Mother and Codename Pariah tested. Mother yielded 14 variants of the DX1118 virus. Pariah tested negative for all viral agents. Subjects were moved to separate, secure facilities for extended study. They represent our last chance of learning anything from Project Carnival II.
Greene, Elizabeth A., had known associations with 6 of the 27 Hope children. It is unclear if this was the source of her exposure to the DX1118 variant. What is known is this. Greene's infection coincides within 2 days of the death of the last Hope child, Alan Michael K., DOD 8668, age 2 years, 2 months.
Subject Pariah, removed to clean room at Vandenberg Air Force Base on 8/1/69 as main test subject in Project Crusade. Subject exhibits unusual biological activity, responsible for 5 deaths in 34 years of captivity. Unlike Mother, Pariah exhibits no physical symptoms of blacklight infection.
So you're wondering what Pariah is to Elizabeth Greene.
The more interesting question is this. What does Pariah have in common with Alex Mercer? I have my theories. Mercer might be the artificial activation of non-coding regions, something achieved by genetic manipulation. Pariah is a natural release of things buried in the genome. I have a feeling it might be extraordinarily bad if they ever met face to face.
I don't understand the significance.
Pariah may be the only thing that can stop Mercer and Greene. They may not let me know what he is, but I can guess. If Greene was an imperfect release of non-coding regions of the genome, and Mercer was something more, what if Pariah was a perfect realization of all the non-coding regions in the genome? It may be the final purpose of all life on Earth.
Operation Altruistic began 7/5/69. Elements of the 1st Biohazard Threat Unit, now called Blackwatch, out of Fort Detrick. The force encountered resistance from infected individuals on the outskirts of Hope, Idaho. After a prolonged skirmish, the town was shelled. It was then recaptured. 2 survivors. 1, Greene, Elizabeth A., age 19 years. 2, male child, identity classified beyond top secret.